happy are you? Um, what does your future looks like? I mean, what does it look like? Do you enjoy getting out of bed, or do you snooze your alarm 1, 2, 20 times? Do you sometimes sit and feel like, sometimes you're wasting your life? Do you know what is your why? You've heard that question asked a lot. What is your why? What is your purpose? What is your passion? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? What kind of purpose do you want to fulfill? Something that you were born to do. And what purpose, do you have to change the world or change your life? I recently lost my husband's grandmother, and she was a very wonderful person. And I was sitting there thinking, at her funeral, thinking, what a strong legacy she has left behind. Hearing the words of how kind and loving she was, all the things that she did, helping out anybody who came her way, loving people, different colors, different people, just a loving person. She left a strong legacy, challenged the people who were there, who knew her legacy is to be strong. Welcome again to another episode of Heart, Body, Soul, and Empowerment. We're going to be talking about purpose and passion. I don't think I would be where I am had I not found my purpose and passion. At least about 10 years ago, when my life changed and turned around. Mark Twain says, the two most important things in life are the day you were born and the day you find out your why, your purpose. What do you want to do with your life? I know most people don't look into the future, but I don't want you to waste one more day if you have not found your purpose. I want you to understand why you're here on earth, what you're here to do. What is passion? I talk about passion and purpose. What is passion? If you look at the dictionary, it says a strong, enthusiastic liking for something. Very enthusiastic, right? And what is purpose? It's a central moving aim in your life. But then purpose is also defined in so many other ways. If you look it up in the dictionary, it has so many other ways that it's described. It's a verb. It says to bring forward, to propose, one's aim, to accomplish, to design, to resolve. All those are verbs that are associated with purpose. I love to educate myself on things that I even come to speak to you about, because I know these are things that have helped me build myself to who I am, to find my purpose. Jack Canfield is a very famous, author, speaker. And he says one quote that I love to tell myself all the time, that nothing will change for the better in your life. And I mean nothing, unless you change yourself. Finding out your passion and purpose will help you to participate in the power of now. Now, what are you going to do now? I believe that everyone is born with skills and talents, but what are you doing to harness those skills and talents? You owe it to yourself if you want to live the most utmost life. And you need, to find out now. You may be late to the game. I was late to the game. But there's always the power of now for you to find your life, passion, and purpose. I am hoping this episode will help you come up with a statement for your life, passion, and purpose. These are aims and the goals that you want to achieve. You need to fine-tune that and find a life purpose statement for your life. All these famous speakers from Oprah, all of them, they all have a statement for what they stand for and what they want in their life to continue on as you go on. And one of the things you're going to find that's the same with all these people is the love for what they do. the passion for what they do. When you have a talent, whether it comes natural to you or whether you learn it, you have to take the advantage of it to transform your life. Do you have a statement of how you want to be remembered? When you're gone from this life, how do you feel if you're sitting back and listening to people talk about you? Are they going to talk about what you've accomplished? Or are you going to sit back and think, this is what I wanted to change in my life, but I never did? I've listened to Miles Monroe several times. One of his teachings talks about, do you know where one of the most richest place on earth? You know, he went around the world trying to find it, but he knew one thing that he learned over time. The richest place on earth, this earth, all over the world, is the grave. And I remember listening to that thinking, oh my gosh, the grave, where the heck does he mean? But you know why? The grave is where a lot of ideas, talents, skills, they're in the grave. You know why? There was a lot of people that didn't find their whys, their purposes. A lot of people who had ideas. A lot of people who could have built the best buildings in the world. They could have done the most amazing things in the world. Had ideas, talents, skills, but they died with them. They died without manifesting their passions and purpose in life. And I'm hoping to help you find this passion and purpose today. I'm hoping to walk this walk with you as I walked to find my purpose and passion. And the reason why I talk to you, why I say this. My hope, as you all know, is always that I may change one life, touch one life. Because I know that one life is going to go affect another life, and another life, and another life. There are so many principles and so many ideas. If you look up on Amazon, there's like 1,000,000 books on passion and purpose. 1,000,000 books. But one of the ideas that I love, that I usually utilize, even when I'm talking to people that come to me, is Adam Lipsig. He's a great speaker, and he has formulated just 5 steps that you have to take to find your purpose. They're some of the easiest. As you delve deeper into your purpose, there's so many other books, so many other classes, so many of the master classes you can take to teach yourself on how to find your purpose. But one of the simplest things that he puts out are the 5 principles that he puts out. And I would like for you to practice, because this is something you can write down and put it on the fridge. And as I always say, we have a worksheet that's going to accompany this episode that I want you to try and fill in and see what you think about your purpose. I would hope you do this for yourself. Not because anybody else wants you to do this, but this is for yourself. 5 questions that I want you to go write down and do this. Who are you? What you do? Who do you do it for? Whatever it is that you do. And what those people that you do it for, what do they want and need? And the people that you're doing that thing for, how do they change or transform as a result of what you did for them? 5 questions. 5 questions. If you can put this together and go ahead and look at our worksheet, I want you to go through that so you can help find your purpose. This is good for you if you don't have your purpose. Your teenagers who may be wondering what's going on, what's the next step. Your friends and family. Remember, happier people make other people happy. And in return, the happiness you give them will return to you. Doubled over, rolling over. What you do, does it change other people's life? Because if it does, that is your life purpose. I can say that I love to make people feel their best. I love to know that I'm helping people change their lives so they can touch other lives. And I want you to start answering these questions that you when you answer this question, you set goals in your life. These are goals that affect the important areas of your life. You want your goals to always align with your life passion and purpose. These goals can be anything: relationship, personal growth, giving back, making a difference, healthy, spiritual, marriage, money. I do recommend that you do these things to find your passion and your purpose, because anybody you're ever going to meet, anybody that is claimed to be one of the greatest people, greatest speakers, I bet you if you ask them, they'll tell you they have a statement in their life that is a passionate statement. A passionate statement that is full of purpose. And they live by that purpose. That purpose makes them wake up. That purpose makes them move when they're tired, when they feel like I don't want to do anything else. It makes them keep going no matter what. Your purpose needs to embrace other people. You hear a lot of famous people say their purpose is also to serve. When you serve, your purpose keeps going on and on and on and on. But also remember, your purpose should be full of goals. Goals that you set and goals you abide by. Jack Canfield, that I mentioned before, talks about how to set clear goals. Goals that will help you find your purpose, complete your purpose, accomplish your purpose. It's called the SMART, the SMART method. If you've heard of this, you know that it works. If it's something you practice and that before, you know that it works. SMART. The S stands for specific. You need to have clear goals that are defined, that are detail-oriented. For example, if you want to be a teacher, then you need to narrow it down. Be specific about what kind of teacher you want to be. Do you want to be a kindergarten teacher? Do you want to be a special education teacher? What kind of teacher do you want to be? Because that tells you that's a part of your goal you want to fulfill. You want to be a kindergarten teacher. You have to set a goal that is attainable. Years ago, I knew that when I wanted to go into healthcare, I had a decision to make. I asked myself, do I want to go to nursing school? Do I want to, become a radio tech? Do I want to, what would be something I would do that would fulfill my purpose? But I had to have a goal that was attainable. At the point in life where I was, would I have loved to go to medical school? Yes, I would have loved to go to medical school. But guess what? That was not, to me, at that time, an attainable goal, because I knew where I wanted to be in a specific amount of time. Which brings me to the next thing. Realistic. Your goal needs to be realistic. I knew in reality, if I wanted to go to medical school, I needed to be realistic about what I wanted to do. If I wanted to go to school, spend 4 years in school, in medical school, and then 3 years in residency, and then however many years it took for me to learn my craft, that would have been a long time, which is why I admire and have a lot of respect for doctors, because they've taken time to do that. But I knew that it's not something that I wanted to do at that time. It wasn't attainable to me. It was not realistic to me. And I knew my purpose was not directly there. Timely. You heard me mention, your purpose has to be timely. I knew I didn't want to spend 10 years trying to be a medical physician. But I knew this other line that I wanted to take maybe would take me 5 years, which to me was realistic to me. That's something you need to do when you're doing your goal. Remember, SMART. Specific, attainable, realistic, timely, right? SMART. If you're following this principle, I have to say that one of the things that opened up my life is reading books. Books that changed my life. Bible, fiction. It doesn't matter what you read. Read. You have to read. That is how you read and attain these things. One of the things that I have placed in my vision board is I want to read a certain amount of books in so many years, because I know what I benefit from that. It's not something sometimes people can teach you. You can learn these things if you read and read and read. Doesn't matter what you read. And when you read widely and endlessly, even, if you're reading on Audible on the internet, sometimes I listen to books on my way to work podcast. This thing exposes you to talents, ideas, skills, empowerment, and you get enlightened about things that you possibly could do or should do, or things you had no idea, things that could grow your talent and skills. I have a journal. I have a goal journal that I use. And this goal journal really helps me to start living a life full of purpose. One of the things I mentioned about the video about, when you start setting these goals to find your purpose, you have to watch your environment. I'm always going to say that over and over again. Also, forgive yourself, forgive your past, embrace, the change and the changes that the new you is going to live. Just remember to believe in yourself so you can because you can accomplish anything. Use the power of habit and conscious intentions in what you do in setting your goals. You start by, practicing these things daily in order for you to remain fearless, because you're walking into your future. No one should be messing in your future. You always hear you're the author of your life. Yes, that's fearless right there. Sometimes your purpose just comes from why it is that you're doing what you do. Regardless, you always just need to be moving forward. Remember, not everyone's going to understand your purpose, which is why even when I made my purpose, I lost friends, and some people just, became acquaintances. But there's nothing wrong with that. If you go back on my other episode, you will see I discuss how you have to choose your environment carefully. You will have criticism. You will have naysayers. You will people who will completely tell you, no, that's not going to work. I'm not saying you shouldn't listen to voices of reason, but you should also know, that guide, that intuitive guide inside of you that is God-given, that has been given to you, is something that you follow and something that you know is going to work. Your purpose at this moment is ready to start, but you got to start somewhere. Don't leave it up to everyone to choose your happiness, your career, your finances, your relationship. No, you shouldn't. Remember, not everyone should follow the traditional path. Not everyone's meant to go to school or go to higher education. That may not be your calling, your purpose. Everyone should have a path or something that they need to do. No one said you will not fall trying to fulfill your purpose. You will be knocked down. And let me tell you, one of my favorite quotes that I always, I think I have it written somewhere. I keep reminding myself, when I fall, no matter what I start, no matter what I do, I need to fall forward staring at the stars, because then it is easier for me to stand up and keep it moving and not dwell on why I failed, but to figure out how to best fix my failure. You have to start sometimes from zero, or maybe sometimes if you're in this direction, sometimes you have to go the different direction. It could be what you're doing right now is your purpose. What's going to help you if you already feel like you're in your purpose is writing your life statement. When you write your life statement, it'll help you reevaluate the current purpose that you have, so you can get started on a new direction on the purpose that you're working on. And sometimes you have to keep learning happiness and motivation daily so you can have your purpose align with you, so you can live a very abundant life. But I tell you what, you should live your life without regret. When you find your purpose, you live your life without regret. And I'll repeat it again. You live your life without regret, because you will be heading to completion of what you were meant to do. Your purpose should be influenced by your passion, repeated habits, intentional habits, positivity, and living a life to capacity. Who, how, why are the core values of finding your passion and purpose. I have to say, I set out when I started even my Facebook group, for those who have joined me, I thank you. I really appreciate your quotes. A lot of times you strengthen me. Heart, purpose, body, and soul, and empowerment on Facebook. I can tell you I set out because I really wanted to see the world in a positive tone. And I felt like I've been placed in a position where I can give empowerment, because I try to live my life that way every day. And I want you to complete the worksheet. I want you to be able to find your passion and purpose. I want you to invite your friends, your family, and everyone who could benefit from that. Your teenagers, helpers, so we can help everybody that's beside us. We can all do this together. I want you to join us in our next episode, because our next episode is gonna be about vision boards. I have followed my vision board for a few years now, and I can tell you my vision board has been astronomical in helping me change my life moments and stay by my life moments. I can tell you that it has helped me define my path. It has helped my vision come into reality, because I can wake up and have this visual of where I want to be and what I need to be doing. I want you to find the purpose that inspires you to inspire others. Obviously, if you watch this to this moment right now, you believe that you can change, and you believe something needs to change in your life, and you believe you can make it happen. And I dare you, to be the 1 in 10 people that will change. Just remember that you have it in you. You can. I did it. I faced obstacles. I'm not any special than you are. You can find your purpose and passion. Remember to do a worksheet on our Facebook page. And then please subscribe as always. Hit the like button. Invite more people to come join us in this journey. My heart is in it, and I know your heart is in it. And I truly, truly, truly believe we shall move forward together. I love you, and have a wonderful, blessed, enlightened life and happiness in everything you do. Look below the page and hit the subscribe button now. Like our page so we can have so many people coming along this journey with us, so we can all empower each other. Remember to hit the subscribe button.